was checking that water's here.
Water resources then? Okay. You wanna go ahead and have, John, go ahead and have John come in. And then, you know what, we'll need to have Todd in here for the EMA budget.
Okay.
Come on in, John.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, John.
Good morning.
Must be a nice fast day.
Hey, we don't mess around.
Yeah,
What do I need?
good morning. So I got one item on there.
Yes, you got your memo to advertise, receive bids for the biosolids trucks transportation. And I
Yes.
take that's important, especially, does that impact the issue we have with the dryer out there now?
It's part of it.
Okay,
So we currently now, I mean, their process is they're basically going from trucking company to trucking company on a temporary basis. And we'd like to get something a little bit longer term. And then, of course, a competitive bid anyways, I guess to nail down the pricing and give some, I guess, more consistency and longer term, I guess, reliability anyways, so we're not always searching for a
okay,
trucking company every few months. So, we're looking for something over a couple-year period. There's the example bid package that we're proposing as part of that
Yeah, I
anyways.
saw
It
that.
obviously will be ran through Joanne's office. And we'll see what happens. We're still looking at the dryer and our options there.
yeah.
Uh,
Cause I know we had approved for parts to
Yes.
replace it, but
Yes.
now it seems like it
Well,
actually,
in general anyways, after a legal review, I guess they determined that sole sourcing, a contractor to partner with that parts
Mhm.
contract is ineligible, and that we need to go out for a competitive bid. So
Okay.
we are working on that. This goes with this sludge trucking aspect anyways, so we're working on that. We're also looking at some alternative options also with respect to that. Long-term anyways, if the dryer is the best fit for us, long-term.
okay, so what do you need from us today? Just,
Today, just approval to advertise that competitive bid for the trucking.
yeah,
So nothing with the dryer anyways is directly attached to this,
To
but
this,
it does go with our sludge
yeah,
disposal process.
okay,
Do we need a JE or can we just approve this?
yeah. I mean, what do we need to do, because normally.
You should have a JE, but
Yeah,
A journal
we
entry.
could bring,
so-
we could put it back on,
well, can we,
just for action.
Can we
can we get a JE today and
Yeah, yeah. we
do
could
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be done.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, so can you get that back to us before, let's see, I think we're done at 11, have public comment today. Can you go type up what you
Sure,
want?
I could send it over,
Just
the best.
scan it over.
Yeah, just get it over to Amy and then we'll
Okay.
make sure it gets on
Okay.
the approved
Okay.
today.
Okay?
All right, thanks,
Okay,
John.
thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for coming in, John.
Thank you. Ryan's on his way, so
Okay.
he might be in there.
Yeah.
You want HR or?
No, because she has a
Executive session.
session, yeah, so no, I don't wanna.
She's got a discussion too.
What about, jobs and family? They just, that would be pretty bad. Well, her executive session's not till 10:15, 10:30. But I'd rather just do it when she's here. This is what we're coming at.
Yeah.
Hi, it's Amy. Hi, can you have Sue come up for her appointment early? Thank you. Yep. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Good morning. We only have room for one.
Yeah,
tell her just to wait outside, tell Debbie to wait outside the door?
Oh,
Want Debbie to wait outside the door?
I am.
Okay.
actually, we don't have room for one, because
Yeah,
once
enough chairs.
Ryan gets in here, we'll be at 10.
Kind of space. We don't have 10 in there.
How you doing, Brian?
Not bad, Brock. How you doing?
We're gonna have to ask you to go out.
Okay.
There's chairs out there, I think, Ralph.
Drum roll.
Sorry for the delay.
Pardon?
Sorry for the delay.
So, JFS stuff.
Yeah, she'll read it and she gives a little bit of explanation. And then I
Right.
He's not here yet.
He's on his way.
Thanks for coming up early.
Hi, Susan.
Come on.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody?
Good.
I didn't walk the steps because I didn't want to be panting when I did it.
Okay, we're good. Go
All
ahead.
right. First transfer is our regular monthly mandated share for the month of March.
Okay.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $30,680.59 from Fund 001, General Fund, to Fund 1410, Public Assistance Fund.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
All right, then the second one is our RMS that we transfer from WIA to public assistance for our opioids only for the period of October through January.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $17,990.16 from Fund 1413 WIA Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
All right, number 3 is our quarterly MOU for running the Resource Center at the OMJ for the first quarter state fiscal year 21, July, September.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $21,336.62 from Fund 1413 WIA Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
All right, and this one is our regular shared transfer from the levy fund to public assistance for payment number 4 for fourth quarter.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $195,000 from Fund 1415 Child Welfare Specialty Levy Fund to Fund 1410 Public Assistance Fund.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
All right, and the last one is the local share of our child support contract payments for the month of February. This is domestic court for August through October of 20 and security for 2020.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners agrees to transfer $14,463.67 from Fund 0001 General Fund to Fund 1414 Child Support Administration.
Second?
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Thank you. You wanna go over miscellaneous? there miscellaneous. Keep going. There we go.
It's moved that the Board of Commissioners approve the February 25th, 2021 regular meeting minutes and the special meeting minutes of March 2nd, 2021.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes. Yep, keep going.
It is moved the Board of Commissioners agrees to accept a donation to the Office of Portage County Dog Warden.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
That's it.
Keep going. Keep going.
Keep going.
Yes.
It's moved that in accordance with Chapter 2 of the requirements to draw down the System Procedures Manual, the Board of Commissioners agrees to sign the Ohio Department of Services Agency's authorization signature cards for the request for payment and status of funds report for ICJ as presented by the Regional Planning Commission.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
It's moved in accordance with ORC 311.20. The Board of Commissioners acknowledges the receipt of the Portage County Sheriff's monthly jail report for expenditures, food costs for prisoners for January 21.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
The Board of Commissioners moves to receive the February 23rd, 2021 amended certificate of estimate resources for the year beginning January 21, 2021, as submitted by the Portage County Budget Commission.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners acknowledge the receipt of February 26, 2021 certificate, the county auditor, that the total appropriations for each fund has not exceeded the official estimate of resources for the fiscal year beginning in January 1, 2020, as presented by the Portage County Auditor's Office.
2021.
And when did I say 20 again?
Second.
Thank you.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
It's moved that in accordance with the ORC 311.20, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges the receipt of the Portage County Sheriff's monthly jail report with expenditures and meals served to the prisoners for December 2020.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
It's moved the Board of Commissioners acknowledges the receipt of the 2020 annual report presented by the Portage County Municipal Court presiding administrative judge, Kevin Poland.
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
Yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes. Brian, go ahead and come
Front
on
center,
up.
sir.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, you're on. Oh, did you get Todd? And then see here. And then
Couple
someone
handouts.
from the audience will have to step outside.
Guess we'll have to do it this way.
Audience here. Yeah,
I got yours in a second. Commissioner.
thank you.
All right.
Amy,
Sir.
we'll need one person.
And-
Step out. Oh,
Thank you, sir.
Todd, come on up.
I'll leave the camera out.
Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. First one up is a resolution to adopt the 2021 Portage County Hazard Mitigation Plan. This is a process that we go through every 5 years. It has been approved by state and federal, and now we just need to do the formal adoption process. And that's really it.
It is moved that Portage County Board of Commissioners approves and adopts the 2021 Portage County Multi-Jurisdiction, thank you, Hazard Mitigation Plan, updated as presented by the Portage County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management Agency, and be it for,
Second.
Okay, roll call?
Tony,
yes.
Vicky,
Yes.
Sabrina.
Yes.
Okay. If you would, join me. This was a quick addition from yesterday's calls. If you see the handout, it is a journal entry. This journal entry is to approve public health employees to drive EMA assets
Yes.
around their vaccination sites.
It's moved that the Board of Commissioners hereby authorize the employees of Portage County Combined General Health District who operate Portage County Emergency Management Agency vehicles during the present public health emergency to be covered under the and pursuant to the board's commissioners' insurance coverage through Corsica, including the liability and motor vehicle insurance coverage. This authorization is an addition to and does not waive any government immunity of the Portage County Combined General Health District and the Portage County Board of Commissioners have pursuant to RC Chapter 2744.
Second.
Okay, roll call. Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes.
Okay, if you would go ahead and grab the Excel document. This is
An
just,
extra copy for Todd, any chance?
want to share?
It's not maybe-
Yeah, just put it
Okay.
on stone.
To the left, you'll see our normal budget broken out into Excel columns and rows. To the right, you'll see some green line items. At the top, it says 19 pay periods. The next column, what would be a column, says 13 pay periods. What this represents, 13 pay periods, is what's considered the 7th quarter emergency management performance grant. 19 periods is considered the 8th quarter emergency management performance grant. Because CARES, as well as the FEMA Public Assistance Program, has offset our budget so much, we're drastically under budget. One thing we don't want to do is not expend all our grant dollars. If not, you always have the opportunity to lose them the next year. So there's some other capital projects. If you go down to the bottom right, it says $5,000 for an RF study, $4,500 for Emergency Operations Center chairs, and then $10,000 for what's called Emergency Management Performance Grant Supplemental COVID-19. That is the COOP planning and the pre-disaster recovery planning that we just started kicking off yesterday.
And what does RF stand for again?
Radio frequency study. So those are already included. Basically, we did our estimates going down the columns, and at the very bottom is what we're looking at as a potential surplus in this year's budget. This includes expending the entire grant. We are expected to go into the 8th quarter. That's the 19 pay period column. At the very bottom is a surplus of what we're estimating right now of $52,000, $53,000. What we wanted to do, and I know we're having a conversation regarding Station 30, was approach you and see if it's appropriate to possibly entertain purchasing a new truck that can help pull a lot of the assets that we have at Station 30. Right now, we have the F-350 and the F-550. While the F-350 has 60,000 miles, the F-550 only has around 11,000 miles. They're old, so they're still purchased from 2005, 2006. The F-550 is going well. The F-350 has had some miscellaneous things happen this year, but we did a lot of logistics with it,
So would you make the one obsolete that you're gonna be replacing?
Well, when the conversation was the 550, the conversation was the 550. That includes a lot of fire departments. That 550's main job is to pull the decontamination trailer. We met with the Portage County Fire Chiefs on Tuesday. They were in disagreement of moving that trailer to Stark County. Stark County each year has requested to take over the ownership of that trailer, which would include the pickup. So right now, this does not consider removing an asset, just replacing it down the road while we have the surplus.
You're planning on replacing both vehicles?
Or just-
Eventually, sometime.
The 350?
The 350
The
is, I
current
believe,
recommendation would be to buy a 350. The board needs to decide whether it wants to continue with all the assets at Station 30, with the understanding that other replacements would come then. If we replace the 350, we would like to keep the old 350 as backup for now, pending the decision of what other assets you're going to remove. That way Ryan would still have flexibility in his system. Once you guys make the decision regarding those assets, then we can decide which vehicles to declare surplus and auction off.
Ryan, what do you see as the future of Station 30? I mean, what are your thoughts about
so,
that?
right now I'm doing the research. So
Yeah, he told us last
Yeah,
month.
I've talked to Red Cross already, I've talked to Public Health, I talked to the Fire Chiefs Association on Tuesday, I've engaged with the Hazmat Urban Search and Rescue Commanders. Most of everybody is in favor of keeping that centralized location. Everybody seems to like it. It's the only footprint that the Red Cross has in Portage County, once they consolidated into Summit.
And just sell it.
So there's no other location for them to hold a lot of their assets from a public health perspective. Joe did mention he would be able to find an alternate solution, whether just storage location, but they all think Station 30 is ideal. From the first responders community, they prefer to keep Station 30. That's pretty evident
Okay.
based on their comments. Yeah,
So then,
Of course, they don't want to pay for it, but
I was just
they're-
gonna say, do you
actually-
understand the repairs? Instead of going back?
Sure. We never discussed the repairs. They do pay for the utilities. So
Oh, they
that's-
do?
They do, which I believe is right around $7,000 a year, gas, water, and sewer. So
Well, I think as they pointed out, the central location of having all those in a place is, I think, the most important. Whether it's literally that building is what should be discussed, I think.
How much repairs are there?
The roof's always been discussed. I mean, there was times you could see right to blue sky. Joanne's helped us a lot
One
this
of
year.
those rubber roofs?
Is that the tar roof? You know, I've never, no, that's shingles.
Shingles?
That is
Yeah.
shingles, yeah,
That's the
it's a
same,
peak.
that's got a peak.
Yeah. The heating system occasionally goes out. The doors are having an issue going up and down. Maintenance has already addressed some of these. We just had new gravel put in this year. There was quite some potholes.
Sure.
A lot of, obviously,
Just
weed whacking,
maintenance.
maintenance, things along those nature. Overall, it's a pretty bare bones.
The electric should probably be looked at. I think it was kind of, prior directors were very creative in their solutions, which included bubble gum and coat hangers and all sorts of other fixes, and
It's very true.
we
It's an accurate
still,
statement.
we still live with the repercussions of some of those repairs and whether they need adequately adjusted.
But the other conversation I wanted to have, whether now or down the road, is one of the reasons why we did so well in COVID-19 versus other counties is we had a surplus of 14,000 N95s in stock. Now, they were purchased from 2005, 2006, and the vans were
Yeah, we
deteriorating.
did.
Yeah.
But if you don't remember, we actually bought vans on Amazon
Right.
and had UH volunteers fixing them, and that's how bad it was in March and April. But that alone made us so much more resilient than a lot of other counties. So the question was, is there a certain amount of critical medical supplies, water, MREs, things that we should consider actually surplusing at the county level? Because we continue to have these disruptions at the local level. But
Sure.
just what assets, I don't know the answer to that right now, what I would recommend, but maybe we should consider that for the next
I
time.
absolutely agree with that. Because I just remember what a panic, like, the nursing homes and everyone was calling you because
Everybody,
they just weren't
we talked to everybody.
ready.
If it was
Yeah.
in Portage County, we assisted someone along the
We
line.
did, the
So
schools.
we
the
kept all
nursing
essential
homes.
services going over, so that was the game plan.
You said MREs. There's a really good place, it's called For Patriots, and the food is absolutely incredible, that you can get out of it. You can get by containers of it.
They're Air Force approved.
Yeah,
Well,
better than the FREs, which I disapprove of.
I was gonna say, I have an MRE still left from my tour, just, where did we go?
They'll last 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, we went out to Texas, San Antonio, and we could opt to eat them, or we could go across the street to Burger King. So I chose Burger King, but I saved it.
You gotta dabble every once in a while. You
It's
gotta
still
try them out.
got a good shelf life.
So, you know, some of the items that we have PPE wise, ODH recommends climate control. You know, they want the right humidity so the bands don't wear out and things. So I think we should have that conversation down the road. But while we do have surplus, I'm ready to go. I'm already coordinated with Joanne. We already have the specifications drafted. If we need to do an RFQ, we can. Everything is ready to go. I just didn't want to go through all that. Because there's a chance that, yes, we have 52,000 in surplus, but the vehicle we're looking at could be 60, and I could be slightly over budget. So
I was
it-
just
but
gonna
it's
ask, do
gonna
we
be-
have a quote yet, or,
No, we didn't want to go through all that with
Sure.
kind of, without being on the same page, so.
so where would the difference come from then?
Well, I mean, what I would recommend to the board is you're going to purchase this vehicle at one point. If you purchase it during a year where he is already expending all his grant funds, 100% of that truck's gonna come from somewhere.
Yeah,
If you purchase it this year where we do have a little bit of grant surplus, even though we may go 8,000 over, it's still gonna be cheaper
Still right.
than in 2 or 3 years when the truck finally does die, its final death. So Ryan and I have talked extensively. He doesn't like all my ideas, I don't like all his, but that's okay, we talk. But fitting the 350 in works in a lot of the options that we presented, and so that's why I'm comfortable saying let's proceed with it. And not disposing of any vehicle just yet
okay.
until the board weighs in on some of these discrepancies that, like, the fire chiefs don't
The
quite
only
agree
reason I
on.
asked about disposing is because if we were going in the way of doing away with Station 30, there again, that's another vehicle to store, is it necessary? But I hear what
And
you're
that's what,
saying.
yeah, we need vehicles to move. We are gonna have assets, and they're gonna be somewhere, and we do need to move those assets. And Ryan's concern has always been, well, what if he has to take something here and there? And that's why we wanna maintain the ability to move multiple assets, which right now he has with the 550 and the 350. The 550 is obviously a larger vehicle to maintain. And so if we don't have the larger trailer, we don't need that large of a vehicle, but certainly we need the 350s for the rest of the assets. And so that's why, again, we're recommending this one, even though the 550 may be a little older, I think, or is it, I don't know.
And we're the same age, just less miles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
So you'll get back with us and let us know.
well,
Quote.
The resolution to purchase it will come to you, but otherwise he would proceed with getting the quote and
Okay.
bringing that resolution
Go
to
ahead.
you.
absolutely. It's really all over the map. I've seen Ram right around 46,000 to 67,000. So once we get the facts in and see exactly how much based on
Heated
specifications,
seats and
yeah, we got the heated.
Cooling seats.
No,
So
this
you
is
need coolers.
this is a work truck. So,
You know, Ryan, I just like to thank you for your leadership during this COVID-19. I mean, I don't know if everybody knows, but Portage County, we were copied with other counties because of the great job that this man's department did. I mean, he was right on it.
yeah, we excelled because of our partnerships with everybody.
Yes,
so the
absolutely.
collaboration was high.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry for being a
Thank
little
you.
tardy
You're
with that.
welcome.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Right on schedule.
Janet, I'm sorry, there was already 10 people in here, so I did that. I didn't mean to be
I was
rude.
quickly trying to count.
So, yeah, I didn't mean to be rude, so.
No, you weren't. So, yeah, just as you said, I'm thinking to myself, I think there's a max here, so, no, I'm good, I understand. I was quickly trying to count. All right.
We still have one more person in there.
Actually just have two.
7, 8, 9, 10.
Is there only 10?
We're allowed to have 10?
We're on that 10?
Oh, you're
Okay,
right, you're right.
Sorry, Janet, go ahead.
All right. I just have two discussion items. The first one is just to give you an update on the Water Resource Director posting. I know I talked about last week,
Yes.
but the posting came down, expired yesterday, March 3rd. So I just want to give you an update that we now have a total of 11.
Wow.
A total of 11 applicants, only 3 are
Don't
qualified.
get excited. I was gonna say.
Don't get
how
excited.
Well,
many
that's
are
double what we have.
qualified?
That's double applicants we have that are
Yeah.
certified.
Yeah, so three have the professional engineer license, so 3 are qualified. So I didn't know if you wanted to look at those 3.
Sure.
If you wanted to extend the posting again.
Well, I think we should at least look at the 3 if you wanna get those to us so we can then possibly start interviews.
Okay.
And you know, John Vance had requested that he or a couple of managers sit in on the
Yeah.
interview. I think that'd be a very
I
good
think we-
idea.
They know what they're looking for.
Right.
Yeah, or I thought maybe we take our top ones and then once we figure out who we think that we want, have them go out and meet with, take a tour of the department and meet with the, because we've only got 3, so.
Right, but I mean, I don't know that we could pick the best one because I don't know exactly what they do out there. I mean, I have an idea, but it's like the
Yeah,
airport,
right.
I'm not an expert. And I think John might be able to give us some questions, I mean, if he doesn't wanna talk
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
anything.
absolutely. And
I
we
think
could
that
always,
would-
kind of like what Sabrina was
that would be
referring to,
helpful.
Yeah.
we could always have like a 2-step process.
Yeah, I
Whereas
think we're gonna have a 2-step.
You guys can be the first step and maybe the second step or whatever, but we can do
Yeah.
that, yeah.
I mean, before any decisions are made,
Uh-huh.
I think it would be good to take them each individually out, introduce them to the managers, let them ask questions, and then the managers give us feedback.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, great. Then, my second item is the visiting county administrators.
Yes.
I'm gonna put this down for a second. We originally planned to have 3 current county administrators and a former county administrator come and talk to us on March 11th, just to talk about their structure at their counties and also their responsibilities. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay, no, I don't wanna keep talking to you.
Listen,
Go ahead.
You know, because we have planned up for them to come on March 11th and talk to us, but we were actually planning via Zoom because they're all 45 minutes plus away. So, but now that we're not Zooming, I didn't know how you wanted to handle those meetings. Do you want a
And I think
conference? Do you want to?
We talked about, the other thing was several of them had wanted to do it in executive session, And Chris Maduri said, because we're not actually interviewing them, we cannot do it. So I thought your recommendation was to maybe have us divide, the commissioners divide up the list of county administrators as to who's sent in with you to talk to them.
Yeah.
I think is
I would
the best.
recommend that, like.
And then they can call in,
Yes,
and then it, yeah,
Yeah.
and then we can get
Yeah.
feedback.
and then we could always come back and report back what we learned
Yes.
from those, so yeah.
Each
Yeah,
one
So,
of us.
that
okay,
sounds
we
good.
could do that, absolutely. Okay, and I think,
You have
Yeah, just
2
two
journal
journal entries.
entries. Janet, do you wanna talk about any of those? I mean, they look just normal and
yeah,
standard
those are,
to me,
yeah,
but-
those actually,
I lost it, Janet, I think.
Here, give me yours now.
I lost it. So you throw Marines off and you don't go proper decisions. Thank you. Gotcha. All right, it is moved, the Board of Commissioners agrees to authorize a full-time hire for Christian McCoy as social worker 3, replacing position previously held by Danielle Love for Portage County Jobs and Family Services. Anticipated start date is March 22nd, 2021. The Board of Commissioners agrees that this hire is contingent upon the applicant passing the required pre-employment testing.
Second,
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes,
Vicky?
yes.
Sabrina?
Yes.
it's moved the Board of Commissioners accepts the retirement of Lori Ann Hoffman, JFS Job Counselor for Portage County Jobs and Family Services, effective April 7th, 2021.
Second,
Okay, roll call?
Tony?
Yes.
Vicky?
yes.
Sabrina?
Yes. And you know what, Janet, while we have you here, Joanne's not gonna be in, so all we're gonna do is just read those resolutions. Do you wanna go ahead and do your executive session so you don't have to come back?
yeah, I'm fine with that.
We'll go ahead, okay.
It's moved the board goes into executive session.
Yes, pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code Section 121.2221, motion to go into executive session to consider the investigation of complaints against a public employee.